All right, ladies and gentlemen. So, if you guys have been following the tabletop role playing game Tomb Raider Shadows of Truth, we have been following this for months now. We talked about this game when it first came out. We even featured it on our panel show, Saturday Night Hypnosis, every Saturday, 8 p.m. Eastern. And when we talked about this game, we all knew that this was not going to do very well. When this tabletop role playing game was going to launch, we saw failure all across the board. And to be fair, tabletop role playing is not exactly a very mass market appeal type of thing. It's still a pretty niche thing. No matter how much you may love tabletop, it's still pretty niche at the end of the day. But a Tomb Raider Shadows of Truth tabletop was not exactly something that a lot of people ordered on their bingo card, especially in the way that it was showcased. If you guys don't remember, the Tomb Raider Shadows of Truth tabletop game looked a little something like this. Not exactly what you would want from a Tomb Raider tabletop game. This was basically the modern audience of Tomb Raider, where Lara Croft, very flat chested to say the least, very kind of like, muscular arms, sort of, and just not exactly what you're looking for. And nobody knows what the hell this creature is on the left that ran down the hill of diversity. But I'm here to report to you in this video and, be excited that Tomb Raider Shadow of Truth has officially been canceled over supposedly creative differences with Crystal Dynamics. So before we get into the video, guys, special shout out to the 90,400 plus of you that are subscribed to the channel already. I thank you. And if you are part of the 50% that are not subscribed, consider hitting that subscribe button today. I would greatly appreciate it. So Tomb Raider Shadows of Truth was announced today, just a few hours ago, has been officially canceled. And if you read the post here from Infinity Tomb Raider, it says the tabletop role-playing game Tomb Raider Shadows of Truth has been canceled by Evil Hat Productions following supposed creative differences with Crystal Dynamics. The two companies are no longer going to be collaborating at all. And if you scroll down, there's a post right here that says the following. And this was posted on their website. So if you go to their website to try to find Shadows of Truth, you're not going to find it. You're going to find this particular post right here with an update for today, 6/20/2025. And it says, sad news, we are canceling the Tomb Raider RPG project. Due to creative differences, we couldn't get our vision to gel with the licensors, so we chosen to part ways. And in this scenario, it's Crystal Dynamics. The stellar team designing, and here's the plot twist, by the way, they're going to double down. They are going to double down. They don't want to let this go. They want to ensure that their modern audience vision reaches the 10 people that are going to buy this product without the Tomb Raider name on it. But they are going to double down just without Tomb Raider. Check this out. It says that the stellar team designing the game put their hearts into making this an exciting dynamic RPG of adventure and exploration. We're proud of the work that they've done, and we plan to retool the project as a standalone game with a fresh original setting. You haven't seen the last of it. And they throw their license information showcasing that Crystal Dynamics was the one that was obviously them having a huge problem. Now, a lot of people had some thoughts about this, right? People saying, make sure TR12 is next. Infinity Tomb Raider says, so you want the entire franchise to die? Not very logical for a fan. You know what I noticed is really there's not that many likes or anything on this post. So I find that pretty funny. The original one's got 224, but the replies, not so much. But you know what it does have? A lot of saves, because content creators like me are going to be celebrating this entire debacle. If we go here and look at this original post, forgot to post the source. This came obviously from the website. What the hell is this? That settles that, bro. People are crazy. Oh, thank God. A lot of Lara Croft fans are out here celebrating massively because, guys, let's be real. Let's go down in this video a little bit of screenshots to remind us the bullet that we dodged right now. So if you look at this particular person on the left, they hit every single diversity rock down the hill of modernity. If you look at this person, they're obviously not white. They look to be Native American. They got the side shaven hairstyle going on, the multicolored hair. They're big and burly. It's probably a dude, most likely. They're disabled in a way. They don't have legs. They're literally peg-legged or whatever you call this. I mean, this is every single modern audience rock applied to this character. You got the evil white woman who's probably a big problem. You got the big dude who's obviously going to have zero testosterone in his body whatsoever. And I don't even know what the hell this thing is on the right. Chances are it's just quite simply an elf that was somehow interjected into the Tomb Raider lore. And then, of course, you have masculine Tomb Raider, stunning and brave Tomb Raider. There has to be above all, which, again, by the way, according to this particular game, they wanted to rewrite the lore of Lara Croft in this particular tabletop game. She was not going to be a Tomb Raider. She was going to be a truth seeker. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, you heard that right. Tomb Raider is not going to be Tomb Raider. She's going to be a truth seeker, and she's not going to keep the artifacts that she finds. She's simply going to leave them where they are because she doesn't want to disturb the balance or steal from where they actually belong. Yes, she is going to be a truth seeker. Let's look at some of these pictures here. This is how the actual book looked like. That's not going to see the light of day, thank God. This is basically the character breakdown between all the different companions. You got the guy who's the companion. You got the crafter, who is the one with the weird legs. You got the changed here, the woman, and the hunter, which is the elf-looking dude over here. Oh my God, man. I mean, just can you imagine playing this game and thinking you're playing anything Tomb Raider related? I gotta imagine that the Tomb Raider fans are just ecstatic right now. They're probably out there screaming to the top of their lungs how happy they are that this shit has been canceled. Nothing sad about it. I don't think anybody is sad about this. Look, and nothing of value was lost. You know what's sad about all this? So Lara Croft has to be one of the primary characters in gaming right now, or just in general, really in history, that has been fought over ideologically from both sides nonstop, right? You got the people who just want women to be real women fighting for Lara Croft to go back and make a return to form to how she used to be. And then you got the modern audience trying to co-opt Lara Croft and destroy what she originally was and turn her into whatever their image of Lara Croft should be. And it's a constant battle between the two. She is one of the most fought over characters in history in terms of ideology. And it's sad because she was an icon. When Lara Croft first came out and Tomb Raider first released, she was an icon. This character was in magazines. Like, seriously, she was in magazines. That's how, and I'm not talking about just gaming magazines. She was an icon. People had posters about her and everything. And now, unfortunately, it's just not the case anymore. This person says, haha, may you be unemployed. Anyway, oh no. This is great. They'll rebrand it with a generic archaeologist. I can't say that word. Archaeologist. There we go. And change zero of the content. And no one will even notice it was once a Tomb Raider game, or they can license the Relic Hunter brand. So that's actually a good point. They're going to take everything they did. They're going to change the characters, right? They're going to change the characters into some weird generic characters that nobody knows and nobody cares about. And they're going to put this tabletop game out there. They're going to double down thinking they got a winner on their hands. And this thing is going to flop. This thing is going to flop. You want to know why? Because the people who were going to buy it, they were only going to buy it under two scenarios. Number one, they're such a hardcore Tomb Raider Lara Croft fan that they have to have literally everything that comes out licensed and official from Lara Croft. Not many people are like that, but those people do exist. And number two, the wokies out there who desperately want this thing to be successful, there's probably going to be like 10 or 15 of them that are going to buy this product just to say they supported it. And that's it. Nobody else was going to buy this thing. Very few people were going to buy this thing. Now, without the Tomb Raider name attached to it, these wokies are not going to care about it. You think they're going to go out there and buy some random no-name freaking Relic Hunter tabletop game that doesn't have Tomb Raider attached to it? Of course not. Of course not. You were barely going to get their money as it was, and now you're definitely not going to get it because they're going to spend their little bit of money somewhere else just to say they got to win in terms of ideology because you're worthless to them now. You're worth absolutely nothing. If you're not changing Tomb Raider, you're worth nothing to them. So this is a very interesting scenario, and I'm just happy to report on it, man, because, again, I've been following this thing for months now. This thing was first announced. Let's see. This is there. It's so sad. This hasn't even been updated yet. This whole thing still makes it seem like they're still coming out with this Lara Croft wiki. They're definitely going to have to change this. Tomb Raider Shadows of Truth is a narrative-focused tabletop role-playing game developed by Evil Hat. The game is planned to have a crowdfunding campaign in 2025 to bring it to life. Well, that didn't exactly work out. Story: a group called Truth Seekers want to stop those who would steal and exploit artifacts for their own gains and reveal long lost knowledge. That sounds like a lot of fun. And I'm being very sarcastic, obviously. So essentially, they were a group. They were going to go against what Lara Croft initially did in the first few games of Tomb Raider. Make that make sense. So now I look forward to this thing being updated, or better yet, just delete the fucking page. Just pretend like none of this ever existed, because this thing is one massive freaking joke. It's been that way since the beginning. Nobody was looking forward to this game, and I'm just happy to be able to be one of the people to report that this game has officially been canceled. It is dead and it is gone. And when I call it a game, obviously I mean tabletop, but you know what I'm saying. So you guys can let me know in the comments down below. Were you going to buy this? Were you going to buy this tabletop? Don't lie to me. Were you going to buy this tabletop? Or when you first heard about it, did you think what I thought, which was this thing is a huge joke, nobody's going to buy this, and you can't wait for this thing to flop so you could just laugh at it later down the line? And guess what? We didn't even have to wait for it to flop because it flopped internally. And also, before I end the video, I want to touch on the creative difference thing. Does anybody out there truly believe that there was creative differences between Crystal Dynamics, a woke as hell company, and Evil Hat Productions, a woke as hell company? Does anybody think there was creative differences? Absolutely not. There is something else at play here that caused the cancellation of this product. We're never going to know what it is, but I guarantee you there is no way in hell it was creative differences, because Crystal Dynamics, we've seen what they've been pushing when it comes to Lara Croft. They absolutely would have loved for this to come out. There is no way this is a creative difference situation. There is something else at play, and I don't know if we're ever going to find that out, but hopefully we can. So let me know in the comments down below what you think. And special shout out to the 90,400 plus of you that are subscribed. And if you're not subscribed and you enjoyed this video, consider hitting that subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.